Hey everybody, Gina Craft here, District Technology Coach. We are going to look at Google Sheets today, which would be like the equivalent of Microsoft Excel, but the Google form. So we are in our drive right now. I'm going to go up to my waffle, top right hand corner. This is where we know we can access our drive. And I want to create a new Google Sheet. So I can either hit the new button and then go down to Google Sheets, or I can right click in this white dead space and I'm going to click Google Sheets. We know from experience that this is always going to be untitled, so I'm going to go ahead and title this spreadsheet. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bunch of untitled documents. It's going to be difficult to find what is what. So I'm just going to entitle this practice sheet. Now, right off the bat, you can see that this looks very familiar to Excel. There are a lot of the same functions as Excel. It does not have all of the same functions. So if you are like really savvy with Excel, some of those really intricate different formulas and things like that, there are some things that Sheets does not have, but the general different aspects of it are very similar to Excel. So we can see just within our menus that we have a lot of just the same, similar, different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just create a couple of different things within my cells, and then I'm going to kind of format it into a way that's going to work best for me. So I am going to put in a couple of different things into my columns. So I'm going to have last name in column A and first name in column B. Now I'm going to separate these because whenever I go to organize the data, it's going to just be organized in a little better of a fashion. So I'm going to have their last name, I'm going to have their first name, I'm going to have their primary building, and I'm going to have the date. So I'm just going to put in a couple of different people in here just to help me kind of gather in my data. Let's go with my good friend, Heidi House, and let's go with today. We're just going to do today's date for everything. We'll go with Amanda, another one of my good friends. And we'll also go with Jess, another one of my great friends. So we're going to sort this data alphabetically once it reconnects me. We're going to organize this alphabetically so that it's going to be in a better format for me if I had to go through my data. I'm just going to get signed back in. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to refresh this. Looks like when it timed out right in the middle of typing this. So I'm just going to quickly re-enter that data. So I'm going to click this little button right under the function button, the FX. That's just going to select all of my different cells for me. And I'm going to go to my data, and then I'm going to go down to sort range. This is going to allow me to sort this in a specific way. Now I want them to sort by column A, which is last name, and I want it to be A to Z, but I want to make sure that I include that it does have a header row so it doesn't try to organize my header as well. When I hit sort, you can see that it kept all of the same different things, so all of the names and the buildings and everything, it stays with that person whenever I was able to sort it, but now it's in an easier way for me to be able to interpret and understand the data. There are a lot of different functions in Sheets. This is just one of the easy functions, one that's kind of used frequently by most people. But this is just like any other Google function. If I want lots of people to be working on this, I'm going to hit that green share button and I'm going to enter those different people. So I'm going to enter in Amanda, and I'm going to enter Jess, and I'm going to enter Heidi. Maybe we all are working on this together. And I want them to have those editing rights. If I didn't want them to edit it and I only wanted them to comment or view, I could change those rights as well, or those privileges, but I want them to edit it. I want them to have that ability. So whenever I would hit send, then it would send to those people, and then they would have the ability to see that and to edit that and to use that same document. So Sheets is very similar to Excel. It just has some of those editing functions and some of those other different things. There are a lot of different things that you could do in Sheets, but this is just one way that you could use Sheets practically in your classroom.